Tommy? I've had a pretty good morning. 11 sales out of 12 tries. I tell you what, you go home and get some dinner, I'll try the next few sales myself.
Good luck, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute. Are you still listening? You don't have a license.
No, Mr. Mayor, you see, I collect doorbells. This vessel has unique tone quality.
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall to your grievances yet?
Just missed you, Mr. Mayor. Your hand.
What? What?
The spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
It is? What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good? It means that finally, America has produced an artist that can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How can I get one of those horns?
Sign here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 import fee.
Oh, yes, sir. Just think, I could have missed this. I haven't got a son! You unscrupulous flew by night, Never mind! You've been out here all to river by 3 o'clock!
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on this day off!
Miss Peru, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Why, if your son has those same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, well, not that he could ever be really great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mitnes, oh, Klein.
But, Professor, we are Irish.
No. No, really? Well, that clinches it. Sign here, Miss Peru. Your son was born to play the cornet. Fine, fine. That'll be $7 import fee. Nothing more due until the first installment payable at the opening of band practice. Ah, thank you. And of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Why, of course, his uniform. And there won't be a penny due until it arrives, which means he has 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine. At no cost whatsoever. Never to let the demands of tomorrow interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today. A stripe? Why, of course, 2 big red stripes running down both sides. How does that sound?
You'll have to excuse Winter, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, not even to us. And if you can get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. And if anyone can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of the crowd, I'd take you for a hod carrying, clay pipe smoking, shimrock wearing, harp playing, mandarin pinching, terrace hall mistress singing Irishman. He got me jabbers. Where are you from, my boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatoire was my alma mater.
Oh, was she now?
Good day to you, Miss Peru.
How did you, Mr. Hill?
Ah, Peru. I knew that name sounded familiar. I've been trying to talk to you since the other night.
He must have put Winter in the band. We're not interested, Mama. But, Mary, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have my jaw, you know.
The father musical? Well, why don't you let me talk to him?
To
I'm
burst
trying-
into everyone's home like this, prying into personal affairs, we're not interested.
Mary.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Now, why don't we let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. But that's all the more reason Winthrop should be in something like this.
My brother's a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding over it for 2 years. And as to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks, now, Miss Mary, and I. the idea. Oh, a little cautious, perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. You just keep me alive, and I'll be back later in the week.
One moment, Professor Hill. About the boy's measurements. I make all his clothes. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crotch 14.
Fine. That's quite enough. I really want to be getting back to the hotel.
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marion. She's not really...
No. On the inside, I'm sure she's just as beautiful as yourself. Good day to you, Whittaker.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope certainly not forever. Now, darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gary, Indiana, class of all time. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man who comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go to the library and ask Miss Scrub for the book that I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Will I have to?
You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, what are you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help in poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Grainer, who backs him with the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does?
Or Ed Gammage in that buggy of his removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say, if only you know, please, dear, be nice, show me love. All I want is a plain man, all I want is a modest man, quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he wondered what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die. Him I could love till I die. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him where the others ride by, walk with him till I die.
Mommy, Papa and Mama are right there in the face. Stop.
All right, meet me after supper.
I can't. It's Edward's leaving now. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that bad? It says, first the lumberyard
a musical for a marching piccolo play. Though it just has a few minor flaws. See, if you put it tight enough to hold the music steady, you can't look at the fingers. Meanwhile, you could go wrong.
Papa.
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
Yes, that's the first thing I said. Oh, hey, with the horse. Get that spellbound credentials I said on July 4th, 1912. And now, look, my wife saw McDonald's took an Indian all hours and stuff in the home.
But George.
The school board sitting up street and down alleys there pretending the city matters. All these girls are fooling around some wild kid. My business has fallen so far I can't even find a balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater,
It's who?
his university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can ever get out of it. Gary Conservatory, class of 5.
If you'll just take a little time to read about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look further. It's on page...
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is just coming out from the depot.
Oh, likely story? At this hour of the day, nonsense.
Can you use some band instruments?
The band instruments? Coming down the street, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
And once I got some grapefruit from Denmark, Montgomery Ward set me up at the Banner Cross console.
Coming down the street, we raise a price of COD.
Or it could be
Truly could be
special,
very, very special now.
just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish it was coming for.
Got some salmon from Seattle last September. I hope I get my present. The DAR sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming now. I don't know how I can never wait to see you. It could be something for someone with no reason, but it could be something special just for me. My quarter, gee, thanks, remember?
Men, you will each receive your individual instruction in due course. But until then, stay off the streets. Get acquainted with your instruments and think about the minuet regime. La-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da.
Oh, Spencer, it's the most perfect thing you've ever seen. I've never seen something so perfect in my life. Oh, Spencer.
Round one for you, Mr. Gilbert. Better hear some bad guy tooting out the horns of British order. I see you in front of the grand jury over the county seat. Now it's Mary about that book.
Come, George, do this. You did.
Watch your phraseology. You get along as you want to. Look, this is like Mary. About that book.
The ladies' dance club meets Tuesday nights at the high school.